ಎನಗಿನ್ಯಾರು ಗತಿ ಕಾಣೆ ಕರುಣಾಂತರಂಗ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಮೋಹನಾಂಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ. ಅಂಜಿಕೆ ಬಿಡಿಸಯ್ಯ ಹರನೇ ಪಾವಂಜಾಕ್ಯವರ ಸುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಮಂದಿರನೇ. ಅಂಜಿಕೆ ಬಿಡಿಸಯ್ಯ ಹರನೇ ಪಾವಂಜಾಕ್ಯವರ ಸುಕ್ಷೇತ್ರ ಮಂದಿರನೇ. ಸಂಜೀವನ ತ್ರ್ಯಂಬಕನೇ ತ್ರ್ಯಂಬಕಂ ಯಜಾಮಹೇ ಸುಗಂಧಿಂ ಪುಷ್ಟಿವರ್ಧನಂ ಉರ್ವಾರುಕಮಿವ ಬಂಧನಾನ್ ಮೃತ್ಯೋರ್ಮೋಕ್ಷೀಯಮಾಮೃತಾತ್. ಸಂಜೀವನ ತ್ರ್ಯಂಬಕನೇ ನವಕಂಜಾಕ್ಷ ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮೀ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಸಖನೆ ಸಲಹೋ ಪಂಚಮುಖನೇ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ. ಎನಗಿನ್ಯಾರು ಗತಿ ಕಾಣೆ ಕರುಣಾಂತರಂಗ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಮೋಹನಾಂಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ. ಎನಗಿನ್ಯಾರು ಗತಿ ಕಾಣೆ ಕರುಣಾಂತರಂಗ ಪಾರ್ವತಿ ಮೋಹನಾಂಗ ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ. ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ. ನಿನ್ನ ಸೇರಿದೆ ಮಹಾಲಿಂಗ.
सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. From today onwards, we will discuss a text written by Bhagwan Ādi Shankaracharya. The name of the text is Sadhana Panchakam. Sometimes this text is also called as Sopana Panchakam. Somewhere else you will find it as Advaita Panchakam. So these are all different names. Sopana Panchakam, Advaita Panchakam, Upadesha Panchakam. So you will find it in Bhakti Sudha, it is there. Page number 52. So this text is unique because these are the set of advices which Bhagwan Ādi Shankaracharya gave just before winding up his stay on the earth. So it is said that just before he was leaving to the Himalayas to shed his body, to give up his body and to enter the ultimate samadhi, his disciples gathered around him and said, Bhagwan, please give us the parting advice. Now that you are going to go, please give us parting advice. So then Bhagwan Shankaracharya gave these 5 verses containing 40 instructions for any spiritual seeker. 5 verses are there, and each verse contains 8 instruction. So 8 into 5, 40. These instructions are very much helpful for any serious spiritual seeker. So just since we have only 5 verses, I think we can chant this every day. Just before we begin the text, we will chant it every day. So we will chant all the 5 once. I hope you have the book. It is there in Bhakti Sudha, page number 52. Repeat once. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma svanushthiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistyajatam papaughav paridhuyatam bhavasukhe dosho nusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagrihat turnam vinirgamyatam. Together. Vedo nityamadhiyatam taduditam karma svanushthiyatam tene shasya vidhiyatam apachitihi kamye matistyajatam papaughav paridhuyatam bhavasukhe dosho nusandhiyatam atmecha vyavasiyatam nijagrihat turnam vinirgamyatam. Second one. Sangat satsu vidhiyatam bhagavato bhaktirdridhadhiyatam shantyadif parichiyatam dridhataram karmashu santyajyatam sadvidvanupasrupyatam प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुका सेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यताम् श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम्. Together. संगत्सत्सु विधीयतां भगवतो भक्तिर्दृढाधीयतां शान्त्यादिः परिचीयतां दृढतरं कर्माशु सन्त्यज्यतां सद्विद्वानुपसृप्यतां प्रतिदिनं तत्पादुका सेव्यताम् ब्रह्मैकाक्षरमर्थ्यतां श्रुतिशिरो वाक्यं समाकर्ण्यताम्. Next one. वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यताम् श्रुतिशिर पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात्सु विरम्यताम् श्रुतिमत स्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरहर गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यताम् बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम् वाक्यार्थश्च विचार्यतां श्रुतिशिरः पक्षः समाश्रीयताम् दुस्तर्कात्सु विरम्यतां श्रुतिमतस्तर्कोऽनुसन्धीयताम् ब्रह्मास्मीति विभाव्यताम् अहरहर्गर्वः परित्यज्यताम् देहेऽहं मतिरुज्यतां बुधजनैर्वादः परित्यज्यताम् क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यताम् प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यताम् स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यताम् विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविषह्यताम् न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यताम् जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् क्षुद्व्याधिश्च चिकित्स्यतां प्रतिदिनं भिक्षौषधं भुज्यताम् स्वाद्वन्नं न तु याच्यतां विधिवशात् प्राप्तेन सन्तुष्यताम् शीतोष्णादिविषह्यतां न तु वृथा वाक्यं समुच्चार्यताम् औदासीन्यमभीप्स्यतां जनकृपा नैष्ठुर्यमुत्सृज्यताम् एकान्ते सुखमास्यताम् परतरे चेतः समाधीयताम् पूर्णात्मासु समीक्ष्यताम् जगदिदम् तद्बाधितं दृश्यताम् प्राक्कर्म प्रविलाप्यताम् चितिबलात् नाप्युत्तरैश्लिष्यताम् प्रारब्धं त्विह भुज्यताम् अथ पर ब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम् एकान्ते सुखमास्यतां परतरे चेतः समाधीयताम् पूर्णात्मासु समीक्ष्यतां जगदिदं तद्बाधितं दृश्यताम् प्राक्कर्म प्रविलाप्यतां चितिबलान्नाप्युत्तरैश्लिष्यताम् प्रारब्धं त्विह भुज्यताम् अथ पर ब्रह्मात्मना स्थीयताम्. Right. So every day we will chant these 5 verses and then begin. So among these 40 verses, what is the first one? Vedo nityam adhiyatam. Adhiyatam, study. One must study. What? Vedaha, Vedas. When? Nityam, every day. Every day one must study the Vedas. How many of you study the Vedas? Nobody. Okay. Why should we study the Vedas? What is there in the Vedas because of which we must study every day? See, it is something like this. Suppose you purchase a new device, some electronic gadget. Along with the device, what comes? A manual comes, right? An instruction manual comes. And what does the instruction manual say? Before operating the device, read this carefully. Correct? Read it and then operate. Why should we read it and then operate? Because we don't know how the gadget works. So therefore we need some instruction, guidelines, which is the on button, which is the off button, etc., etc. But now who has to give this instruction manual? The manufacturer of the device has to give, correct? Right. In the same way, all of us has been given this gadget. What is this gadget? Called the body. There is a body, there is a mind, there is an intellect, and we don't know how it functions. Correct? How the heart functions, how the brain functions, kidney functions, my God. Millions and billions of cells, how it functions, we don't know. How the mind functions, we don't know. So definitely we will need an instruction manual. This is a beautiful vehicle. And the beauty of this vehicle is, you can't jump out of this vehicle. Which vehicle? The vehicle called the body. Even when you purchase a vehicle like car or something, an instruction manual comes along with it. Correct? How this vehicle can be used efficiently. When will you get maximum mileage? How often you must service the vehicle? All those things are given. Which is the clutch, which is the brake, which is the accelerator, the gear, the steering wheel, etc., etc. Details are given. So if you want to use the vehicle efficiently, you must read the manual. But suppose you say, now that I have purchased the vehicle, it is my freedom how I am going to use it. I will decide which is the brake and which is the accelerator. No. Because it's my vehicle. I have purchased it. Who are the manufacturers who are going to decide? I will decide. Fine, you may decide. But what will happen? Choice is yours. Because you have purchased the vehicle, now you are there. Who is there to question? Nobody is there to question. Now you say, now I am going to use the brake as the accelerator and the accelerator as the brake. Fine, you may use it. But then what will happen? You will damage the vehicle, you will harm yourself, and you will harm others also. Correct? So therefore, we have to strictly follow the instruction manual given by the manufacturer. Right? If you use it, if you follow the guidelines properly, you are safe, your vehicle is safe, others are also safe. Some of the cars, if you see, there are so many dents in it, so many scratches are there. Dust, of course. Have you seen some of the cars? We get scared to travel in such a car with such a careful driver. If you see some of the cars, the car indicates the driver's efficiency, isn't it? In the same way, fine. Now in this world also we are traveling in this vehicle. That was what I was saying. And what is our vehicle? Body, not just body. Body, there is mind, there is intellect. Yes. Now here we are not given a choice whether to drive this vehicle or not. Everyone is packed and sealed inside. You have no choice. You have to use this vehicle whether you like it or not. You have been pushed into this world and you have to drive this vehicle. Correct? So now the vehicle has been given. So naturally a question may come, how am I to live? How am I to use this vehicle in this world? So definitely the one who has sent us must definitely do one more thing. What is that? He has to give us the instruction manual. How efficiently can we use this vehicle? What is the purpose of this vehicle? Everything has to be given in detail, and such a book containing the instruction is called Vedas. With means to know. So Veda means book of knowledge. The knowledge which tells us how to live in this world so that you can be happy. Not only that you should be happy, you should be efficient, and you must spread happiness to others. This technique of right living, this instruction manual of intelligent living is called Vedas. And who has to give it? Who has to give it? The one who has created this body and the world must give it. Simple. Just like the vehicle, the car, etc., the instruction manual comes from the manufacturer. In the same way, the creator of the world and the creator of each and every one of us should give the instruction manual. Now these Vedas contains mantras which were revealed to the rishis. So at the seat of meditation, this knowledge, this was revealed to them. So therefore, we Hindus, we believe that these mantras are apaurusheya, not written or composed by any human beings. They are revealed knowledge. Only Vedas, we call it mantras. The rest, everything, we call it slokas. You know the difference between sloka and mantra? Sloka is when somebody writes it, composes it, uses his own intelligence. Then we call it sloka. Vishnu Sahasrama, sloka, Vedavyasa wrote it. Bhagavad-Gita, sloka, because Vedavyasa wrote it. Sadhana Panchakam, how many slokas are there? We say sloka, we don't say mantra. Though, of course, content-wise, it may be very high, but Vedas have been kept in such pristine position because we consider that these statements have come from the Lord Himself. He might have used a particular rishi to reveal, but we consider these mantras as coming from Lord Himself. You'll find that millions and millions of years have passed, but not even one statement of Vedas have been contradicted. Whereas in the world of science, every other year a new formula or new principle is brought out, and the next year a more brilliant scientist comes and he refutes it. Correct? In every field you will find updation happening. A better and better thing coming up in the future. But you will find in the Vedas, the same Vedas which were there millions of years ago, it is the same Vedas which is even today. Nothing has been contradicted. Rather, more and more of science is only revealing what is already present in the Vedas. They say, yes, it was written in the Vedas. So therefore, it is confirmed. Right. So now, what does Vedas contain? Vedas contain knowledge about three aspects. One is called jīva, second is called jagat, third is called Ishwara. These are the three topics dealt in the Vedas. So as I said, in order to live intelligently in this life, what is intelligent living? When you are peaceful, happy, cheerful, efficient, etc., then definitely you are living intelligently. When you are miserable, then you are definitely living unintelligently. This is the proof, nothing else. How peaceful you are, how cheerful you are, how happy you are. This is the proof of your intelligent living. So in order to live intelligently, you must have the knowledge about these three. What are the three? Jīva, the individual. Jagat, the world. Ishwara, the creator. So this is what is dealt in the Vedas. So regarding Jīva, what is the information given? Jīva means the individual. So you get lot of knowledge about oneself. With regard to your body, with regard to your mind, your intellect, knowledge is given. From where have I come from? What is the purpose of life? Who am I? How should I perform actions in this world? What is the right way of living in this world? All these details are given in the Vedas about the individual. What is my nature? Who am I? Why have I come? How should I perform my actions? What are my duties? What is dharma? What is adharma? All these details are given in the Vedas. So therefore you are clear about yourself. This is very, very essential. I must know who I am. Suppose there is a merchant who deals with cotton. Correct? A cotton merchant. Isn't it true that he must know the properties of cotton? What is the property of cotton? It should not come anywhere near fire. Correct? Because the cotton will get burnt. So if I am dealing with cotton, I must have knowledge about the properties of cotton. Isn't it? It should be kept away from fire, water, etc. I should know. Then only I can deal cotton efficiently. Now look at this. I am dealing with myself throughout my life. Isn't it? I am handling the body, I am handling the mind, intellect, etc. If I don't know what it is, how to handle them, what will happen? You become miserable, you give free misery to others also. Distribution freely. Correct? So the first thing you must know is, you must know who you are. How to keep your body healthy, it's very important. There are certain laws regarding the body. Only when your body is healthy, you can live a peaceful life. If you break the laws, now this whole universe is working under laws. There are certain laws. You must know those laws. How to keep your body healthy, you must know it. How the body is functioning, you must know it. All these things are present in the Vedas. The yoga and the pranayama makes your body fit and strong. It keeps you free from all kinds of disease. Now if you say, I will not study Vedas, I don't want this knowledge, fine, it's your choice. Nobody forces you. But one thing, at the physical level, you will have all kinds of diseases. You will have to depend on a lot of medicines. And who is suffering? Yes, we are suffering. Greater the knowledge, more easier the life becomes. Correct? There are a lot of things which cannot be known through our senses. Somebody has to tell you. For example, the body is kept healthy by what? What keeps the body healthy? You will never know this. Normally people think a lot of exercise, the gym, etc. makes you healthy. But actually it is not true. What makes your body healthy is the strength of the pranas. The pancha pranas. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. These are the 5 physiological functions that are happening. These pranas take care of different aspects like digestion, blood circulation, excretion. These are all physiological functions. When you make these physiological functions smooth, you become healthy. So what you should do? Make these pancha pranas strong. How can you strengthen the pranas? Through pranayama. Right. So people don't know these things. So therefore they don't do all this. And therefore they become sick at a very young age. Blood pressure is there, sugar is there, cholesterol is there, obesity is there. All because of what? Wrongly handling the body. Why are they wrongly handling the body? They don't have the knowledge of how to keep the body healthy. So it is knowledge which is strength in every field. So at the physical level, you are healthy. At the mental level also, you should be healthy. What is the sign of mental health? Contentment, cheerfulness, peace, joy, courage, enthusiasm, inspiration, clarity in thinking. All these are the sign of good mental health. And what is the sign of mental sickness? Dejection. I need not list, we all very well know. Dejection, depression, stress, strain, worry, anxiety, fear, confusion, right? Lack of alertness, carelessness. The list is big. Anger, greed, jealousy, right? Inferiority, superiority complex. These are all the disease of the mind. Now what does the disease of the mind indicate? It indicates that I am not living my life intelligently. If there is a disturbance in the mind, it only proves that I have not learned the art of living. That's all. It's an indication, it's a symptom. Just like when the temperature of the body rises, it's a symptom of fever. In the same way, any disturbance of the mind is a symptom that I have not yet learned the art of right living. So Vedas contain this knowledge. What is the way to live perfectly? So at the physical level, at the mind level, all these instructions are given. So this is with regard to jīva. Jīva means the individual. So I must be clear why I have come to this world. Why is it that I have got this particular body? What is the purpose of life? What is my nature? What is the goal to be achieved? There is a purpose. Why am I suffering? How to get rid of all kinds of suffering? How to gain happiness? All this I must know if I have to live life fruitfully. This knowledge is present in the Vedas. So this is with regard to jīva. The next is with regard to jagat. Now every moment I have to interact with the world, right? Every moment situations are presented in front and I have to face those situations. If I don't have the knowledge regarding the world, the laws of the world, then I will make the wrong contact with the world, and the wrong contact will always end in suffering, pain, misery, etc. Every moment we are asked to face situations, to handle situations. If I don't have the knowledge of the world and myself, I will negatively react instead of positively respond. So this knowledge of the Vedas helps me to respond positively to any situation, how much ever tragic it may be, how much ever hopeless it may be. Even in crisis, I know how to handle it, so that the mental disturbance is not created in my mind. This you know when you know how to live. What is this world? So you must have the knowledge of the world. Where has this world come from? What is the material? What is the nature of this world? Because every moment you are interacting with the world. What is the nature of the world? Why is this world created? Is there a greater purpose? From where has the world come from? All those things is dealt under the topic jagat in the Vedas. Now there is jīva, there is jagat. So naturally a question will come, who has created them? Where has it come from? So then the third topic is Ishwara. The one who has created jagat and jīva, the individual and the world. So there are a lot of questions. Who is God? Where does he live? What is his nature? First of all, does he exist or not? Does he exist or not? If he exists, where? What is his nature? Correct? So all these details are given under the topic Ishwara. So what is the essential content of Vedas? Jīva, Jagat, Ishwara. You must have a thorough understanding of all the three in order to live a happy life. If you ignore, it is your choice. You will suffer. Unnecessarily you will suffer. It is something like if you want to go to a strange place where you have never gone. Unknown place. So what do you do first? You go to Google and get the map, isn't it? What are the routes? This is where I have to reach. How will I reach? Which is a better route? All those things you study first. Correct? When you have the map, it becomes very easy for you. Study the map first and then go to the place. Instead of asking hundreds of people, and many of them will misguide you, even though they may not know. So the best thing is, get the map, get the route, and go there. Isn't it? In the same way, Vedas are the map. Map for life. Right? Today we see so much of problems in the society only because the scriptures are ignored. That's all. It is not necessary that you have to study the Vedas only. The Vedas, essence of the Vedas you will find in Bhagavad-Gita. So if you study Bhagavad-Gita, is also okay. It is the same essence only. Sarvopanishado gavo dogdha gopalanandanaha partho vatsa sudhir bhukta dugdham Gītāmritam mahata. If all the Upanishads are considered as cows, then the milk is Bhagavad Gita. So we may not be able to have that much of time to study Vedas, etc. But at least you must know the essence. What is it that is being spoken of? That essence is contained in Bhagavad Gita, which is hardly 701 verse. That's all. So that we have a clear understanding of all the three. And this understanding is necessary in order to live a happy life. In order to play the game of life, you must know the rules of life. You must master the laws of life. Isn't it? Any game for that matter. You want to play football or cricket or chess. What is the first thing you do? know the rules. Master the rules. To the extent you have acquired the mastery over the rules, to that extent you will be able to apply these laws, rules, and thus you can achieve success, isn't it? In the same way, in life also there are certain laws. Even the scientists, what do? The scientists, what they do is, first of all, they observe the natural phenomenon. They observe the nature. And through observation, they come to certain conclusions. When apple fell on the head of Newton, what did he do? He observed that something is falling down. Why? And every time things keep falling down. Why? And slowly, he formulated what we call as the law of gravitation. And with that law of gravitation, all the other scientific inventions, they came. A rocket and this and that, etc. So what is the first thing you do? The first thing you do is study the laws. Now, as far as the laws of nature are concerned, you don't have a choice to change it. You have only choice whether to obey or disobey. That's all. Laws are laws. Nobody can change. Correct? So our job is study the laws, master the laws, and then apply these laws and live happily. All the electronic gadgets, whatever we have, what is the first step? Study the laws of nature. Then apply these laws, invent gadgets so that it can benefit humanity. This is what all the scientists do. So in the same way, Vedas, they contain these laws of happy life, happy living. Life is the topic taken there. Now, every day we have to live, every moment we have to live. So therefore, we have to know the laws of life. Therefore, Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. Study these Vedas. Master these laws. Right. Now, what is the knowledge? In one statement, what is the knowledge mentioned in the Vedas? What does Vedas consider as the highest? Well, if there is one statement, if we can summarize the entire Veda, what is it that the Veda is speaking about? If you can put in one statement, it is the Mahavakyas. What is Mahavakya? That I, the jīva, and Ishwara, they are one and the same. This is a one statement summary of the Veda. What is it? I am Ishwara. I am God. Isn't it stunning? This is the purpose of life. To know oneself to be immortal, to know oneself to be infinite, to know oneself to be perfect is the goal of life. As long as you have not known yourself to be infinite and immortal, what does it mean? It just means there are long way to go. There is a long way to go. As long as this knowledge has not been gained, your knowledge is incomplete, not full. This is what the Vedas say. So what is the purpose of life? The purpose of life is to know that you are not this limited finite body. You are infinite and immortal consciousness. Tat Tvam Asi. That you are. That infinite being you are. Aham Brahma Asmi. I am Brahman. I am Sat. I am Chit. I am Anand. I am infinite bliss. I am perfection absolute. I am infinity. This is the knowledge to be gained. Not an intellectual understanding, but experiential wisdom. It must become an experience. Just like today I am experiencing that I am a man, I am a woman, I am a human being. How clearly you are having this idea. You are having this idea so clearly that even in dream, If you are a man, you will see yourself as man only, no? You don't see yourself as an elephant, never. Your thinking about yourself that I am a man and woman is so deep that even in dream you carry that notion, same notion. In the same way, your understanding about yourself should be so clear that I am infinite, immortal consciousness to such an extent that even in dream you must see yourself that only. Then we will say that knowledge has become firm. Then we say you are liberated. Then we say the purpose of life is over. Then we say there is no rebirth. Right? So what does Vedas say? You are infinite, know yourself to be infinite. This is the purpose of life. All your activities in life should be streamlined for this one goal in life. Getting it? Everything, whatever you do, every moment you spend in this body, every moment you live should be for this goal. You may have short-term goal, you may have mid-term goal, you may have long-term goal, but you must have a lifetime goal. What is a lifetime goal? That I must achieve this knowledge. In short, I must know who I am. At present, our knowledge is, I am this body, I am limited. This is the knowledge which we are having. Correct? Vedas say, this knowledge is wrong. It is a wrong notion in you. It is just a notion in your mind that you are this body. Actually, you are not this body. So the whole life should be spent in such a way that you go from darkness to light. Asatoma sadgamaya. O Lord, take me from asat to sat. Tamasoma jyotirgamaya. O Lord, take me from darkness to light. Mrityorma amrutam gamaya. O Lord, take me from death to deathlessness, immortality. So if you say, what is the essence of Veda? This is the essence of Veda. Know thyself. This is the purpose of life. All your activities, fine. Those activities must be performed in such a way that every activity, step by step, takes you towards this highest goal. If this way you are living, then definitely your life has been fulfilled. You are the most blessed person. That's why Vedo Nityam Adhiyatam. Study the Vedas regularly, daily, so that you are reminded of this goal. When we live in this world, we forget that there is such a possibility for human beings. We forget the goal. We get so involved in the worldly activities that we might forget that there is such a purpose. Such a divine goal is there. Such a divine purpose is there for life. We may forget. So therefore, Vedaha Nityam Adhiyatam. Study it. Remind yourself, I am here for a purpose. Let me not get carried away by the attractions of the world. There is a purpose. There is a goal to be achieved. Let not the enthusiasm wean away, leak away. Let me not get stuck in the worldly turmoils. So this reminding happens when you always study the scriptures. It is a reminder. Right? What happens when you don't study the Vedas? Well, specimens are many in this world. Those who have kept the scriptures away. Vedas themselves talk about them also. Avidyaya mantare vartamanaha swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha dandramyamanaha pariyanti mudhaha andhe naiva niyamana yathandaha. Those people who don't have this goal, they are carried away by so many other goals of life. Lot of money, lot of peace, lot of pleasure, etc., etc. Keeping the Vedas away, keeping the scriptures away, getting caught up in the world, considering so many other things as goal of life. What does the Vedas say? Avidyaya mantare vartamanaha. They remain in avidya, ignorance. But what is their opinion about themselves? Swayam dhiraha panditam manyamanaha. They consider themselves to be very wise. They are themselves ignorant. Vedas say, andhenaiva niyamana yatha andhaha. The fellow is blind and he is telling the other blind person, come, I will show you the way. The blind leading the blind. This is what is happening in the society. 99.9999% of the people fall into this category only. They have no idea what is life. Just look at the way they are living. They are working only because there is what you call pressure. Look at the way they spend their free time. Saturdays and Sundays when they are free. How do they spend? Club, pub, mall, drinks, dance. What does it mean? They have no clarity in life. How do they spend their time? Whenever they get some free time, how do they spend? This shows what is your maturity, what is your evolution. To know your evolution, find out how do you spend your free time. How do you live your life? How disciplined your life is. Towards what is it directed to? All these things gives an indication of what kind of person that is. Your value system is clearly shown in the way in which you live. How you spend your time. All of us are given 24 hours. But different people use this 24 hours differently. Isn't it? The kind of people you meet, the kind of places you go, the kind of books you read, the kind of programs you expose yourself. These are all the indications of in which direction that person is going. So now Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, let there be a clear-cut direction in life. There is a very, very big, a highly superior goal to be achieved. Let not there be laxity in this regard. Vedaha nityam adhiyatam. Study it regularly, daily. Never forget this goal of life. To the extent you make use of the time, to that extent, what happens? You evolve in spirituality and very soon you will attain that goal. If you don't pay seriousness to this, mrityosa mrityum gacchati ya iha naneva pashyati. The person goes from death to death. The one who ignores this knowledge, he goes from death to death. Death to death means what? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Again come back. And this birth is such a painful thing. Janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. Birth is a pain. How do we know? All children come out crying only. That's a proof. They say the amount of pain one feels goes through in death, the same pain the one experiences in birth also. It's a very painful affair. Janma is painful. Mrityu is painful. Jara, old age is painful. Vyadhi, disease is painful. When we are attached to some people so much, when that person goes away, that is also painful. Correct? When people whom we don't like, they come, that is also painful. Varieties of pains are there in this world. And why do we go through this pain? Because we have lived life unintelligently. Do you want to continue this pain? Then live the way you are living. You don't have to study Vedas. For suffering, you don't have to study Vedas. If you want to get rid of suffering, then you have to live your life intelligently. Then you have to make use of your time intelligently. So we are talking of now intelligent living. For that, you must know what is intelligent living, what is life, who am I, what is this world, what is the purpose of life. All these things should be very, very clear. And for this, what you must do, you must gain the knowledge. And how do you gain the knowledge? By studying the Vedas, by keeping in touch with the scriptures. Studying the Veda here means keeping in touch with the knowledge of right living. This must be done. And the best way is Satsang. Right? Satsang. Satsangatve nisangatvam nisangatve nirmohatvam nirmohatve nischalatatvam nischalatatve jivan mukti. Which is the text? Bhaja Govindam. Very good. Satsangatve, with satsang, when you are associating yourself with the wise people, the noble people, the saints and the sages, the Mahatmas, they will show you the path. Satsang, association with the wise. What happens then? Nisangatvam, you are detached with everything unwanted. Attached to the most important, attachment to the wise will ensure the detachment with the otherwise. Satsangatve nisangatvam, nisangatve nirmohatvam. All your delusion about life goes away. We are all living in delusion. Someday my dream will be fulfilled and I will be happy. It is nonsense number one. Nonsense. Happiness lies in the world. Nonsense number one. You are the source of happiness. You are Sat, Chit, Anand. Anand is your nature. You need not seek it from the outer world. If you are seeking it from the outer world, then you are in delusion, moha. So what happens when you associate yourself with the wise people? All these wrong notions of the mind goes away. Delusions goes away. Nirmohatve nischalatatvam. And when all the delusion goes away, what happens? You see that infinite reality, imperishable reality as your own self. As yourself. You are actually imperishable, infinite. That you come to experience. Nischalatatve jivan muktihi. Thus, when you have gained this knowledge, you become free from bondage. Right? So what is the first step? The first step is study the scriptures. Gain the knowledge. And then live life. Gain the knowledge and then live life. Just like if you want to eat jackfruit, what is the first step? Not directly pouncing on it. Apply oil, then cut the jackfruit. Otherwise, what will happen? I hope everyone has seen jackfruit and eaten jackfruit also. Not only what you call the fruit. You must cut it and eat. Nowadays, you don't get an opportunity to cut. Everything is cut and given to you. In the village you will find, all this experience. So, first apply the oil, then cut. So, when you apply the oil, that sticky liquid will not stick. You can enjoy eating, isn't it? In the same way, what is the first step in living life? Gain the knowledge of right living, intelligent living. Gain the knowledge through the Vedas and then enter into the world. So, what is the next step? Tad uditam karma su anushtiyatam. Second instruction. Tad uditam. Tad uditam, that which is born from that. Born from what? From the Vedas. Study the Vedas regularly. And whatever is said in the Vedas, those actions su anushtiyatam. Perform it as best as you can. So what are the karma actions mentioned in the Vedas? So in the Vedas there are, one is called Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, Kamya Karma, Nishiddha Karma, Prayaschitta Karma. 5 types of actions are mentioned in the Vedas. Nitya Karma, daily duties. Should we do it or not? Definitely we must do it. Daily duties. So, depending upon a family, profession, etc., we have certain duties. Do it regularly. Do it daily. How you must do? Swanushtiyatam. Do it as best as you can. Don't compare. How best you can do it. Others may be doing it better than you. Doesn't matter. But are you doing your best is the question. Correct? So, Nitya Karma must be done. Naimittika Karma. Naimittika Karma means duties which come due to because of some occasion. Like there is a marriage function. So you must attend or not? You must attend. Somebody is sick and is admitted to the hospital, your relative. You must go and visit or not? You must visit. This is called naimittika karma. Certain occasion, not that every day you go to hospital. There is an occasion, and because of which some duties fall upon you. Those duties are called naimittika karma. The third one is called kamya karma. Kamya karma means those actions which are not selfless or for the benefit of others, it is only for your own benefit. These are called kamya karmas. Actions done out of desire for something. For example, I must have a big house. I must have a house is a need. I must have a very big house is a... So this is called kamya karma. I must have a bigger car. They are all kamya karmas. Others are not benefited, but it is not harmful for others also. You are not harming others. You just want to live a more luxurious life. These actions are called kamya karma. Should we do it or not? As much as possible, we must try to reduce it. If possible, make it zero. Kamya karma. What is the fourth one? Nishiddha karma. Prohibited actions. Prohibited action. Should we do it or not? The name itself says prohibited. So therefore, those actions which you must not do. Drinking liquor, etc. Okay, there are so many things. We know it, what we should not do. These are called nishiddha karma. And the final one is called prayaschita karma. Something wrong you have done, now you are repenting it. So there are certain prayaschita karmas mentioned in the Vedas. Prayaschita karma means, Bhagavan, I have done this. So in order to atone, atonement, they say. There's one more term. Okay, anyway, at present it's not clicking, doesn't matter. So you have got it. Certain action you do because you have done some sin in the past. So clear off that sin, you do it. That is called prayaschita karma. So out of this, nitya karma has to be done. Naimitika karma should be done. Kamya karma should be avoided, reduced. Next one. Nishiddha karma should be completely avoided. And the last, prayaschita karma also should be done. Instead, you should not give a chance for prayaschita karma. Right. So now, what does Bhagavan say? Tadutitam karma swanushthiyatam. Perform your actions. So all these are actions. These actions, nitya naimittika karma, do it as best as you can. Bhagavan, is that all enough? I will do my actions as best as I can. Is that enough? No. Attitude is important. What should be the attitude? Tena ishasya apachitihi vidhiyatam. Third instruction. Tena ishasya apachitihi vidhiyatam. Perform those actions as apachitihi, worship, puja of ishasya, of the Lord. Perform those actions as a worship of the Lord. Why should we perform those actions as a worship of the Lord? Because this body has been given by the Lord. Talents have been given by the Lord. Ability has been given by the Lord. Strength has been given by the Lord. The field to perform action also has been given by the Lord. Inspiration has come from the Lord. Results also are given by the Lord. Therefore, action should be done for the Lord. This is where we make the mistake, the biggest mistake. Actions we perform, but we forget the one who has given us the ability to act. More of it we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyid Dukkha Bhag Bhave Asato Ma Sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.